Me and Tootsie out in the pasture. Well, it's not just me and Tootsie. Patty's out here too, and the goats. There's Bean. We are looking at potential locations for our apiary. And I have to send off an email to Dr. Leo. I was reading through some of the paperwork that came with my lay-ins hive and the swarm trap about hive locations. And he talks about, you know, if you're in an area of the country that gets real hot and dry, I'm assuming he's talking about in the summer, because we ain't dry right now, that you can put them in the shade, you know. And so there's a corner back behind me right above Tootsie's head. Little clump of trees, little thin clump of trees, that I could fence off that corner, and that could become the bee yard. And so I'm gonna fire off an email to Dr. Leo and ask him what specific metrics do I need to consider. You know, is there a temperature range? Is there a chart somewhere that I can go look at to see if Lincoln County, Mississippi falls into the shaded apiary thing? The problem is if I get that wrong and I'm and I put them in shade when it shouldn't be, could have a problem with mites and beetles. So anyway, I'm just trying to find a good spot. And also, if I can put it there, then I can hang my swarm trap in one of those trees back there and have my first hive right below it. What does that mean? Or what's the significance of that? That means when I catch a swarm, I don't have to haul it off over 3 hours from here. 3 hours. 3 miles from here. And I can bring it right down from the tree and sit it right next to where the hive is going to be. So I'm going to email him tonight, and we'll let you know what he says about it. But I'm also excited, and actually the reason I pushed record on this was to show you this. Hey, how long ago do you think we seeded clover out in this pasture area?
Oh, 5 to 10 years, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's been every bit of that, I think. And the pasture has grown up. We hadn't had anything out here in a while. I need to come out here and clip it down. But you almost can't take 10 steps without stepping into a big old patch of clover. And Patty sent me a picture. She was out here today when I was away from home working. She found some red clover. And we can't find it now, and it's probably because the goats found it first. But my goodness, there is just so much clover out here, which is another good reason to have the bee yard. Now I know they're going to fly off and not just gather nectar from clover, but it sure will be nice to have a big bunch of clover right in front of her.
Look at this.
Right in front of the hive. Yeah, that's some weird looking clover right there. Have mercy. What do you call that? Stinging nettle?
No.
What do you call that?
That's that's a thistle plant.
Yeah, thistle.
But I've never seen one just so perfectly round
I
and
know.
huge.
It's beautiful.
We got to get rid of them though.
Yeah, we got to get rid of them.
Look at that one over there.
Oh yeah, there's another one over there. So in case you're wondering where we're out behind the high tunnel in what used to be our primary pasture. But there's just clover everywhere. There's also other stuff that is not so great, but clover is everywhere. So we are definitely excited about that. Tootsie too. Tootsie, you're excited, can't you tell?
So excited.
Can y'all tell how excited she is? She's so excited. She can hardly stand it. All I can think about is bees. Here's a better shot of that corner I was talking about. That, you know, it's not full shade. In fact, I could cut down that gumball tree. What do you call it? Sweet gum. I'd cut down that sweet gum. There's a couple sweet gums in here I could cut down to make it even less shade, but offer some shade. And if Dr. Leo approves of that, then that pine tree is going to be the first place I'm going to hang a box, a swarm trap. Right on top of this pine tree. Not on top of it. Good grief. right up here on the side of this pine tree, 8 or 10 feet up. And I'll put the first hive, first horizontal hive right here, see? Hang it up on this tree right here, and I can take it straight down instead of having to haul it off. Nice little level spot. Well, I hope that works out. Bean approves of this location for the apiary, but it's going to be whether or not Dr. Leo approves. Sorry, Bean. How about it, Blue? Bean wants to play with Blue so bad.